It was a Monday night just before Christmas of 1981. 43-year-old Clay Burke was at the Southwind Motel where he resided and worked as a night manager. Just before 9:30, two males entered the office to pull off a robbery. A male resident who was in the room next door heard the struggle and ran to the office to assist. Shots rang out and the male resident was shot and injured. Clay Burke was fatally shot, leaving behind his only son and two daughters. And the robbers, they got away with absolutely nothing. Joining me now is Eric Burke, Clay Burke's only son. Tell me about what you learned about the events of that night, what actually happened. We know that two males entered the room, but how did they get in the actual office, and what happened inside that office?
You go to the motel, and you go to the office door, and you ring the doorbell, and then the clerk comes and lets you in the office. It's a very low-key, locally owned business. So they let them in the office, and they register and pay, and then they get their key to the room, and then they go to the room. So it's, like I say, it was very low-key and open. Back in those days, you just didn't think about those things.
Right. So there was a witness and a victim there that was actually shot in the leg, in this case, and Mr. Morgan. What description did he give as far as possible suspects in this case?
Well, actually, Hunt Morgan was the owner of the motel. He picked them both out of an unofficial lineup, I was told, which really doesn't mean a whole lot as far as the law goes.
So what exactly is an unofficial lineup? Like, I was in policing for quite a while. I never done what's known as an unofficial lineup. What exactly does that mean?
I have absolutely no idea whatsoever. Now, if he went into an official lineup, I have no idea.
He identifies two individuals, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that they were actually brothers. What are their names?
Yeah, Frank and Oscar Abrams. A guy by the name of Derek Dean in Macon were friends of theirs, and I read the file. After it happened, they went to his house, and by his wording, that they were very nervous, and Oscar Abrams had mentioned to Derek that Frank had gone crazy and shot some white man, was his words in his police report.
Back then, did the police try to collect any evidence such as fingerprints or anything like that at the murder scene?
They did. They actually had both of their fingerprints. They lifted their fingerprints in the office, or out of the office. They had the statement from Mr. Dean.
Right. Walk me through, I believe you had talked to the prosecutor, and the fact that there was no gun recovered is one of the reasons why there hasn't been an arrest in your dad's case.
Yes, I had several meetings with the district attorney, and he told me on several different occasions that if they didn't have a gun in the case, then there would be no charges.
It sounds like all the evidence investigators need is there. So if you have any information about the murder of Clay Burke in Macon, Georgia, please call the Macon Police Department. For the Law and Crime Network, I'm Vincent Hill.